Renewable and non-renewable energy resources. A natural resource is given by nature and can be used as a source of energy. A renewable natural resource is one that can be renewed, or replenished in a reasonable amount of time, in years or a human lifespan, once it has been used. A non-renewable natural resource is one that has specific conditions that made them, like fossilized plant matter converting into coal, and can take many generations to reproduce. Sometimes the conditions are not likely to occur again, so they are limited in supply and once used cannot be regenerated within a short span of time. Geothermal energy. From the Greek words, geo, or earth, and therm, meaning heat. Deep inside the earth lies hot water and steam that can be used to heat homes and businesses and generate electricity cleanly and efficiently. The steam is used to drive the turbines of a generator and the generator produces electricity. Wind energy. The energy of the wind is transferred to the turbines of the generator and the generator produces electricity. Wind turbines use the momentum of moving air to quietly turn large blades that are attached to the shaft of an efficient electric generator. Biomass energy. Biomass is a matter usually thought of as garbage. This matter includes things like leaves, tree branches, leftover crops, wood chips, and bark. It can even include animal manure and old tires. The biomass is then placed into a furnace and burned, or the methane gas in a liquid or gaseous state from algae or rotting/decomposing materials is captured. The heat generated is used to boil water. The steam from the boiling water is used to turn turbines and generators to produce electricity. Types of non-renewable energy resources. Coal energy. Coal is the product of millions of years of pressure on organic matter from plants buried underground. According to Energy Information Administration, coal-burning power plants are the #1 source of electricity in the US, and burning coal is an inexpensive way to generate electricity compared to many renewable sources. However, burning coal produces greenhouse gases, which scientists believe is contributing greatly to global warming. Oil energy. Crude oil is referred to as liquid petroleum. It is used for gasoline, heating oil, and diesel fuel. In addition, manufacturers utilize oil for such products as plastics and industrial chemicals. Natural gas energy. Natural gas reserves often share space with underground oil reserves, so the two non-renewable resources are often extracted at the same time. Consumers use it as cooking fuel, to heat houses, and sometimes as vehicle fuel. It would take many generations, perhaps millions of years, to replenish natural gas. Nuclear energy. Nuclear energy makes use of uranium-235, a radioactive chemical naturally found in the Earth. This radioactive substance undergoes decay and in this process, releases a great deal of heat. The heat is then used to create steam. That steam is used to turn a turbine into a generator. The generator produces electricity. There are no greenhouse gases released in this process. However, there are radioactive byproducts that must be stored safely because they are an environmental hazard. It is considered a non-renewable form of energy because it takes real manipulation to split an atom. Types of renewable natural resources. Solar energy. The sun's light contains energy in the form of electromagnetic waves. Usually, when light hits an object, the energy turns into heat, like the warmth felt while sitting in the sun. But when light hits certain materials, like silicon, the energy turns into an electrical current instead, which can then be harnessed for power. This was discovered earlier in history when Einstein explained the photoelectric effect and proposed that light can act like a particle, as well as a wave. Hydroelectric energy. Hydroelectric plants use falling water from a dam to turn the turbine of a generator. The generator then produces electricity. Hydropower, or hydroenergy, is a form of renewable energy that uses the water stored in dams, as well as flowing in rivers to create electricity in hydropower plants. The falling water rotates blades of a turbine, which then spins a generator that converts the mechanical energy of the spinning turbine into electrical energy. Hydroelectric power is a significant component of electricity production worldwide. Advantages of hydroelectric power. Fuel is not burned, so there is minimal pollution. Water to run the power plant is provided free by nature. Hydropower plays a major role in reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Relatively low operations and maintenance costs. The technology is reliable and proven over time. It's renewable. Rainfall renews the water in the reservoir, so the fuel is almost always there. Disadvantages: high investment costs, hydrology dependent precipitation. In some cases, inundation of land and wildlife habitats. In some cases, loss or modification of fish habitat. Fish entrainment or passage restriction. In some cases, changes in reservoir and stream water quality. In some cases, the displacement of local populations. Hydropower and the environment. Hydropower is non-polluting but does have environmental impacts. Hydropower does not pollute the water or the air. However, hydropower facilities can have large environmental impacts by changing the environment and affecting land use, homes, and natural habitats in the dam area. Most hydroelectric power plants have a dam and a reservoir. These structures may obstruct fish migration and affect their populations. Operating a hydroelectric power plant may also change the water temperature and the river's flow. These changes may harm native plants and animals in the river and on land. Reservoirs may cover people's homes, important natural areas, agricultural land, and archaeological sites. So, building dams can require relocating people. Methane, a strong greenhouse gas, may also form in some reservoirs and be emitted to the atmosphere.